I'd like to share with you something very nice in this week's Parsha, Bullock, from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Yitzchok Zatzal. A beautiful, beautiful Pirush and Remez. Bilam, in this week's Parsha, says, Bullock, the king of Moab, called me, Meharere Kedem, from the mountains of the east. What does he mean over here? The east and the mountains of the east. Who are they? We find in Malachim Aleph, Shlomo Melech says that the Chochmah, the wisdom of Shlomo Melech, who lived in Eretz Yisrael in Yerushalayim, was greater from the Chochmas, from the wisdoms of Bnei Kedem, of those children of the East. Who is he referring to? Brings Rabbi Yitzchok a beautiful remez over here. We find a Zohar explaining a verse in the end of Parshas Vayishlach. It says, the end of Parshas Chayesora. It says, Avraham Avinu took all the children of Keturah and he sent them El Eretz Kedma, to the land of the east. The Zohar over there explains, and it says, the land of the east, they used out their Chabad, their wisdom, their understanding, their knowledge for magic, for witchcraft, for sorcery. Not in a holy way. You could use out your Chabad for Klippa, for Tumah, for negative, impure things, which that's what symbolizes the land of the east. And then you have in Kedusha and holiness. In Israel, who was the founders? Avram, Yitzchok, and Yaakov. Says the Zohar over there in Parshas Chayesora. From those people, from the land of the east, came out three famous people. Laban, Beor, who is the father of Bilam ben Beor, and his son Bilam. Laban, Beor, and Bilam, three. Explains Rabbi Yitzchok, these three were the antithesis, the opposite of the Obas HaKadoshim, Avraham, Yitzchok, and Yaakov. And he goes into explain Kabbalah and Chassidus why Laban is Chochmah of Klippa against Avram, which was Chochmah of Kedusha. Beor, symbolizing fire. Ish, that's the level of Bina, as the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya Perigimel, the opposite of Yitzchok. And Bilam, the son of Beor, he's the opposite of Yaakov. We know Yaakov was a blend of Avram and Yitzchok. He was the fairest, beauty, also P'chinas Das. Bilam also, says Rabbi Yitzchok, a hint, he took the first two letters of his name, Beis Lamed, from Laban. And then he took also Beis Ayin from his father Beor. He was a mixture. You can look it up. The Rebbe's father explains this on Zoya in the end of Parshas Chayesora. So they took the wisdom into sorcery, into witchcraft, magic. And this was also the Bilam of this week's Parsha. This is where it came from. That was Eretz Kedem. Harere Kedem. With this, Rabbi Yitzchok has two beautiful remozim. How you see the founders of Israel, and from him came out Shlomo Melech. They were in Kedusha, and their wisdom was greater than all the wisdoms of the East. These three, Laban, Beor, and Bilam, were the opposite of Avraham, Yitzchok, and Yaakov. He says something very nice, a nice, interesting remez. If you take the word Laban, the name Laban, it adds up to 82. Take Beor, 278. Bilam, 142. Add it together, 82, 124. I'm sorry. You take 82, 278, 142. Together, it's 502. 502 was the exact years that Avraham, Yitzchok, and Yaakov lived in this world. Avraham lived 175 years. Yitzchok lived 180 years. Yaakov lived 147. Add the numbers together, you have 502. 502. So the years of Avraham, Yitzchok, and Yaakov correspond to the gematria of Lavan, Beor, and Bilam. That's one interesting remez. Now we'll see how it fits in this week's Parsha. The Torah doesn't only say over here, Bilam said, I came from the east. He says, Harare Kedem. Look at this interesting remez. Says Rabbi Yitzchok. If you take the words, if you take the names, Laban, 82. Beor, Beis Ayin Vav Reish, 278. Bilam, 142. Let's add also the word Benoi, his son, like it says in this week's Parsha, Bilam Benoi, the son of Beor. Benoi, Beis Nun Vav, 58. Add it all together, Laban, 82. His Beor, 278. Bilam, 142. Benoi, 58. Together, it's exactly 560. Now, if you take the gematria of Harare Kedem, who was there in those mountains of the east, hinting what the Zohar says, it was Lavan, Beor, Bilam, Benoi. Let's take Harare. How much is Harare? Hey, Reish, Yud is 415. Kedem is 144. Added together, it's 559. But then we have what's called the koilel. One more we add that's for the general words itself. Together, it adds up also to 560. So the Harare Kedem this week's Parshas is hinting to you. Who's by the east over there? What I told you in the Zohar, Eretz Kedma, the land of the east that Avram sent them away, which over there came out, they used out the Chabad for sorcery and for impurity. That's where Bilam comes from. Harare Kedem. It's hinted in that gematria. That's Lavan, Beor, Bilam, their son. And their gematria is exactly the opposite of the years of Avram, Yitzchok, and Yaakov. To teach you that in the Eretz Israel we have Kedusha. And that's why it says Shlomo Melech's wisdom was even greater than all the wisdoms of Bnei Kedem. And this is the hint, the beautiful hint this week's Parsha, that doesn't only say Kedem, Harare Kedem, hinting to the Zohar in Parshas by Chayesora, Lavan, Beor, Bilam Benoi. This is the source of this negativity who wanted to curse Hashem, the Yidden, and the Eibishter Vayapach. He turned it around and only blessed the Yidden. There's many, many more beautiful Rebbe in this. Have a wonderful Shabbos.